Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we will be learning how to make this trending TikTok bubu gown that is so easy to make, and this video is just straight to the point and very detailed. If this looks like what you would love to learn, then you have to keep on watching and watch to the very end, and let me know what you think about this bubu in the comment section. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, and do not forget to subscribe if you are yet to do so. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. I made use of an African print and also a lace fabric. I have 2 yards for each of these fabric. You can make use of any lace of your choice, any type of lace. Okay, so you fold your fabric into 2 and further fold it into 4, just the way you see me doing, and then you arrange it properly. So what I'll do now is to measure how long I want the sleeve area to be. So I just marked 3 inches for my neck width, and from that 3 inches I just marked out how long I want the sleeve area to be. So that is just what I'll mark, and I'll cut out the excesses. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you guys the measurements I use just in case you want to use the same measurements as mine. So now I'm going to just cut out these excesses. So after cutting it out, this dress has 2 parts, the lace and the ankara part. So I want my lace to stop at my under bust. Okay, and my under bust is 13 inches. So that is what I am just marking here. My shoulder to under bust is 13, so I added 1 inch, making 14 inches. So I want both the front and the back of mine to stop at 13 inches. Okay, that is my under bust line. So you can make yours unequal if you want to. So after cutting it out, now this is what we'll be working with. Okay, so the width of this is around 30 inches. So I reduced it to 27 inches later on, and then the length is 14 inches. So I just marked 3 inches for my neck width and 2 inches for my neck depth for the back, and I connected it, and then I am going to just go ahead and cut this out. This will be for the back neckline. So after cutting it out, I am going to slope my shoulder by 1 inch by this side, and then I am going to also connect this down to the 1 inch, and then I'll cut it out. So after doing that, I'll take out 1 piece that will be for the back. So this will be the front piece. The front piece will be creating the front piece neckline. So after arranging it, I just marked 1 inch. You can use more than 1 inch. Okay, this totally depends on what you want. So I just marked 1 inch from the beginning, and then I'll connect it to the neck width, all like this. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? So that was how I connected it, and then I am going to just cut it out. So this is the shape we have, and now we have 2 pieces for the front and 1 piece for the back. So what I'll do now is to bring the back piece, and then I am going to just place it like so, and okay, the right side should be facing you. So I'll place it like this, and I'll bring one side of the front piece, and I'm going to also place it right side facing each other like this. Okay, and I'll stitch it on the shoulder, just on the shoulder, using 1/4 of an inch. So after placing it, I'll just go ahead and stitch it all the way down, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So after stitching it down, this is what it is looking like. Can you see? So next thing we'll be doing is to measure the neckline from here down to the other side. Okay, so you measure from the beginning through the back down to the other side. Okay, so after measuring it, I cut out this strap. This strap is 4 inches. Okay, so when I fold it, it will be 2 inches. So that is how big I want it to be. Like I said, okay, this is a matter of choice. So what I'll do now is to fold it into two like so. And as for the length is longer than what I measured. Okay, it is better to have excess than to have shortage. So what I'll do now is to place the fabric like this, and then I'm going to carry it, fold it into two like I explained, and I'll place it on the right side of this dress. Okay, so I'll place it on this end on the right side, and then I'm going to stitch it all the way down using 1/2 inch. After stitching it, I'm going to trim out the excesses, okay, so that it looks neat. So this is what it is looking like after I was done stitching it. I'll cut out this excess part, and then this is what we have. So now to create the neckline for this, you can decide to just leave it all the way down, but for me, I don't want my cleavage to show. Okay, so I'll just measure from the shoulder. I'll just measure where I want it to start from. So I measured 6 inches, and then what I'll do is to wrap the top together like this, and then I'll just neatly stitch it. I'm stitching just the front part. Okay, you can see me raising it up, then I'll just stitch it all the way down. This way that part will be closed, and this is what it is looking like after I was done stitching it. The table was small. You can see how neat it is looking like. You won't even know that it was stitched down. So now what I'll do is to measure the down part in order for us to cut out our African print. So to do that, you have to measure here. So I'll just measure it from the beginning to the ending. Okay, so I'm measuring it because both the front and the back are the same thing. So after measuring it, I cut out this African print that is exactly the same length, and then to place it, you place it right side facing right side, just like this, and then you place it all the way down. There are two ways you can do this. Okay, so I'll be showing you guys the other method. So you can just place it from beginning to the end the way you see me arranging it, right side facing right side, and then you stitch it all the way down. Or you can use this other method. So you repeat the same thing for the back. So for this other method, you fold your African print into two, just like this, and then you notch the midpoint. So this is my midpoint, as you can see where I notched. And then for the top as well, for the front side, you find the midpoint, and this is my midpoint. So I'll place it midpoint on midpoint, and then I'll stitch it from one midpoint to the end and stitch it from the other midpoint as well. So I'm basically starting from the middle, and I'll repeat the same thing for the back piece. So I made use of the second method, and this is what I have after I was done. Okay, so this is the front side. I attached just the front side. So I want to show you guys something. So after attaching it, you realize that when you close it up, your African print will be showing at the back because this is a lace, so, and it's transparent. So what you need to do is to just trim out this excess that you have. After trimming it out, you can as well fold the lace like this. Okay, you can trim out just the Ankara part and fold the lace like this and stitch it, but mind you, there will be stitching in front of your dress. So if you don't want to do this method, just trim it out, both the lace and the African print. Okay, that way it will look clean from the outside. So you can go ahead and do whichever one you choose to. Okay, so you can see how clean it is looking like after I trimmed it out. So now I have attached both the front and the back together, and then next thing we'll be doing is to create the belt. This is the belt, or what I'll be using for the belt. Just cut out a fabric that will go around your waist. So what I have is 20 inches for each, and then the length is 4. So I'll fold it into two, stitch it all the way down, and then I'll turn it to the right side. So after turning it to the right side, this stitch line should be in the middle. Then you fold in these edges like this and secure it down. After securing it, you have something that looks like this. Okay, so after doing that, now we'll be attaching the belt. And to attach the belt, it is very simple. All you need to do is to open the top. Okay, so we're attaching this belt on just the front piece, okay, on just the front piece. Please take note of that. So what you do is to measure from your shoulder down to your waistline. So in this case it is 16 inches and I just marked it on this side. I will measure it on the other side as well. So from here I am going to mark 16 inches and I just marked it. Now I am going to mark out the middle line, which is here, and then from the middle line I'm going to insert my waist circumference measurement on each side. Okay, you divide your waist by 4 and then you insert it on each side. After marking it, you bring your belt and then you attach your belt to it like this, and then you pin this down. So you can see me lifting the dress up because you'll be stitching on just your front piece. Okay, so I'll pin it down and I'll stitch it down. After doing that, I'll bring the other belt and place it on this other side as well. So you can make your lace not to stop at your under bust. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stitch it all the way down. After stitching it, we'll stitch the side as well. So from here I will just mark where my hand will pass through. So I just marked 6 inches, and from that 6 inches you stitch it all the way to the end of this gown using half inch or 1 inch. Okay, so you stitch it all the way to the down part of your gown. After so do not forget to also, after you must have stitched it, you go ahead and fold the sleeve. So when you are stitching, make sure that you pin this your ankara. Your two ankaras should be pinned first before you stitch, so that they will be on the same line. Do you understand? So after doing that, next thing you do is to fold your sleeve just where you fold your wrapper. You just fold it like so and then you neatly stitch it. Okay, do not forget that your ankara should be on the same line so that it will be, you know, equal. Both the front and the back will be equal. So this is the belt, and I am done. So this is what it is looking like. Okay, so I had to place this on the floor, and this is what it is looking like. So I ended up also stitching the down part, that is hemming the down part, and this is what the dress